Hello everyone, this is Darryl20 and welcome to episode 17 of Darryl20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Skies, where I built a new island. That's going to be Mechanism Island, because today's plan is getting a little mechanism happening. But before I get mechanism happening per se, I think I would like to ensure that I've got proper channel set up, because we're at the point where we're starting to get into channel problems. So making a few P2P connectors would not be a bad idea. We just need to wait for some more iron. So you're cooking up iron as we speak, actually. So that's pretty cool. How are we on copper dust? We actually burned through all our copper dust. So that's... Oh, no, we have a lot of raw copper left. Holy cow, do we have a lot of raw copper left to process. Okay, lots and lots of copper left to process. I'm currently at 587 blocks of copper. 5.3 K copper. It's pretty cool. What I might do is like turn you off for a minute, just because boy do we have a lot. And then we'll like let this thing simmer down, and then start processing some of the iron that we are currently cooking up. So we have a lot of processing left to do, but that's okay. Like we'll get there. Just gonna take a minute, right? So all our iron is cooking now. Once iron's done, we'll be on to gold, and that'll be what's up. All right, probably process a few pieces of copper before we get to gold, because we'll have collected more copper since then. So does that mean that you're at the point where you're making iron now? Cool. So now I can make, some P2Ps. Awesome. So basically my plan is to let this all run in the background and eventually process everything, right? In theory. In theory. What are you taking so long to do? Printed silicon. Making silicon is scheduled because iron. Yes. That I could see being a problem. I will probably need to, deal with this at some point in the future. I will probably want to make a dedicated smelter separate from, like, the crafting smelter. In fact, maybe I should just do that now. I could probably do that now. That would probably be smart. Furnace. I don't know what all we got here, but let's do it up. So you, and then not silver, but iron to gold. Gold to diamond. And there you go. Sweet. Now, the deal is that the next tier requires blaze rods, which I've been a little bit lazy about getting. I'm sure I could figure out a way to get them at this point. I just haven't. None of the mods I've gotten into at this point have gotten me to the point where I can do that. That said, if I got into productive metalworks, maybe that would be a cool way to do it. Only because I don't usually do that mod, and it would be fun to do it. But let's instead do this. Then you should have no problem doing that. And then from said furnace mod, we're going to want the factory augment and the speed augment. Cool. And then your sidedness. Am I right to assume that if I push you to the down, auto output on, and output on bottom and input on back, right? And then what we're going to want here, I'm just going to remove this because mess. Though, in fairness, now is the time where I need that P2P. I need the P2P at this point because... No, I'm good. I'm good. I will add that in a minute. That's right. I just disconnected the thing that made me need the P2P. So we're cool. Okay. And then you, and dust. And we're going to want gold dust. We're going to want copper dust. And we're going to want iron dust. There's too many dusts. And then we just put you on split. Now we're cool, right? And we'll process all that stuff. Hopefully we got enough iron to hold us over until such time that our copper's done processing. We'll find out. Cool. So now you're not going to gum up the works no more. Perfect. And so speaking of our P2Ps, we should be ready to rock. Okay, so here's the gist. We should do this, and we should do this, and then we can do this, and then we can effectively do that, and that. And then I like the idea of using something like that. Is that cool? I think that's cool. I like that plan. Does that look good? Right? And then at some point I'll P2P this setup, but I just don't feel like changing it right now because it's sufficient. But I'm sure as we get into modern industrialization more, I will need to do that. Right? So then we can have a P2P output basically here. We can use our memory card now to load this up, right? And then same for this dude, load that up. Cool. And now if we want to be super cool about it, we should do dense cables like that. And that'll support, you know, all the stuffs we got going on for now. And if we need more, we can easily handle that. Deal? And then the same for this guy. The only thing is I'm going to want to change my wireless booster a minute. But let me do this. Let me do boop, boop. And I'm assuming that you can just chill there, Mr. Wireless Booster. And that way you can, like, not be a problem. Right? And then I can load this up. What I will probably do is something like this. Right? Now you're also going to need the whole quartz doohickey. Just so it's very clear that this is not, you know, a thing carrying stuffs, right? So now you guys are all online, and then you're ready to make a big mess, but that's okay. Weakness, blindness, wither, slowness. Right? And then we can have those things poke off of that. And that would be cool. Right? I think that's neat. I like playing with P2P. I don't know why. It's just the network engineer in me. Like I like it. I like messing with the cables. Like I like having to deal with the channels. Like I know that this is a hotly debated topic, right? Lots of people are like, I hate dealing with channels. I get it. I totally understand that that is not your jam. It is my jam. I like it. Like for me, it's fun having to like map out and plan and think about how I wire up my whole network. It gives AE2 like a bit of challenge, right? It's not a crazy high challenge, but it's there, and it's fun for me. What can I say? I'm a nerd. This should be known by now. So let me give you a quick thing, and we'll be right back. All right, so I think now is a good time to look at Mekanism, because I want to do like just the basics of getting some stuff going, because obviously Mekanism is a huge mod, one of like the biggest staples of modded Minecraft, I think at this point, like the tech mod anymore. But I definitely want to get some of this stuff going. So let me get like, you know, a few metallurgic infusers just to kind of get the ball rolling, and I'm gonna like rapidly try to automate this environment, right? So I'm not going to go crazy with Mechanism. I'm just going to get like the Metallurgic Infusers so that I can upgrade my cables and my cubes, you know, and a few other things. So, you know, we're also going to want the thing, the enrichment chamber. Yep, we're definitely going to want an enrichment chamber, but for that, we're going to need basic control circuits, which needs Metallurgic Infusers. So let's real quick, let's get like some coal, some redstone, not that much redstone, and some diamonds, because that's like our starting point here, right? So I'll just start with like some basics, just so we have a little bit of a starting point here. And then I wanted the enrichment chamber. So for that, we're going to need you, which is osmium. I always forget which one's osmium and which one's not. So you should be getting that, and then you can get some... Oh, you can't even accept diamonds. Cool. Alright, now there is a copy and pasty kind of dude, right? Mechanisms, copy, tool, thingy. I don't think the configurator copies it. This guy, configuration card. Oh yeah, we need some more of these, which is going to be copper with that. We're like, what now? Low on power? How are we out of power? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? I guess we are out of power. I guess that's fair. I guess that's why we're doing what we're doing. Let me configure you for now to do that. Just so that we're like, you know, on the same page. Oh, and you know what I also did was energy input on the bottom. Yeah, I forgot when I shift clicked that, I clipped the energy. So that should be cool, which means I should be able to get my enrichment chamber now. Which means we can start enriching redstone, which will be a good time. Cool. Card from Mechanism. Cool. So now all of you on equal formats. Okay, that's fair. So you will do that, and you will do that. And then we need some pattern providers. A healthy-ish amount. Maybe here looks good. So we'll P2P off of this dude. We will load the memory card because he should be connected like that. And then we have some cables. And then you're going to be my pattern providers right down the line. Like I said, not going crazy, just getting the basics in place. Cool. And then we should have no problem making Mechanism enriched, which should be you, which will be coal. You, which will be redstone. You, which will be diamond. And you, which will be this. And you're made from this, but without you, because I don't do that. We could, but we'll see. Like, I'll change it up a little bit. And then you need a crushing recipe, presumably. So we're definitely going to need to get a crusher going at some point, but we'll do that in a minute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the infuser recipes. Let's just real quick. I feel like there's going to be a lot of these, but I want you and you, right? And then I'm going to want you. Ooh, that's cool. gonna want you and you. Is that cool? I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, we are gonna want you, but like we'll do it, you know, the other way. The crafty way. I didn't know that was an infusion. That's kind of cool, actually. And then we're gonna want enriched iron so that we can get steel dust. Right? Because this is how we're gonna do steel going forward. We're gonna get rid of the whole hammery way. So I think that's how I've been doing it. Might do bronze this way, but we'll see. I might do it the modern industrialization way, just so I can be like, look at me, I'm doing modern industrialization correctly. Is that fair? I think that's fair. So let's get, so you guys are all going in the enrichment chamber. And then you're going to be that, but without you. You're going to be that, but without you. You're going to be that, but without you. You're going to be those. You're going to be those, which you'll know how to make in a minute. You're going to be that, but without you. Okay. You're going in Diamond World, and you're going to be in Crusher, which we'll get to in a minute. You're going to be that, but without you. And you're going to be that one. Cool. All right, so I can't tell which infuser is which, so I'm going to come over here. This is my coal one, right? So you're going to be these guys. You're going to be Mr. Redstone. You're going to be Mr. Diamond. And you're going to be this, and that's also Redstone. I think that's right off the top of my head. I feel like that's about right. I hope I'm right. And then you should be input, output, auto eject on. And let's not forget auto eject on, auto eject, auto eject, and auto eject. Cool. Okay. So then we're going to want to handle the whole this thing pretty well. But we'll get there when we get there. The other thing we're probably going to want to automate real quick is the upgrades and the tiers. So let's get energy upgrades a-cooking. And then tier installer, speed upgrades as well. And then tier installers across the board. We'll just get them all ready. Because in theory, we should know how to make everything for it, except for the crushed obsidian, because I haven't made a crusher yet. But I'll probably do that right now-ish. Right? And then crusher. Or, yeah, crusher. Oh, I need to make the steel doohickey. Steel ingots? Oh, right. I didn't teach you steel ingots. I taught you how to make steel dust. Is that not what this thing is called? Awesome. Well, that's going to take a really long time to run, huh? Apparently. See you guys next millennium. Why are you taking so long? Okay, that's a more realistic number. That was funny. That was funny. All right. So we've got like super quick and dirty AE going. Just got to figure out. Oh, I touched the stuff. Just got to figure out how I want to handle, you know, export busing of the things. You know, there's obviously a handful of ways we could make that, you know, happen. Let me get my crusher going, by the way. So we're going to need a couple buckets of lava. And then we should be able to make our crusher, which can go here. And then your side config can be input, output, auto eject with power on the bottom. and then we can throw our crushing recipes in here, and that'll be cool. The only problem I have right now is I'm kind of going to have a conflict between gold and stuff. So let me check something real quick. Gold dust can be made in a crusher, but just with that. So I guess if we have both recipes available, is that valid? I guess we'll see. The only problem is it's gonna like, you know, do the thing, right? It's gonna push it. So I need to get away from export busing dust here, because that's just gonna like mess me up a little bit. Right? So let me get, you know, let me get 5 of these. 5 of these. And mechanism upgrades, we're gonna want like 80-ish. We need more osmium. And structural glass. Not usually how that goes, is it? Does it really need structural glass? Can it be any glass? Is it really structural glass? Like, you have to be structural? Since when? Since when do you need structural glass? Is that like a thing in this pack that's different? Huh. Okay. Is that new? Or is that like this pack did that? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to get osmium on the auto crafting here, aren't we? Pretty much. How are you guys doing, by the way? You're making gold. But boy, are you choking on power. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Let's get you to behave yourself. So can I upgrade my energy cube at this point? Because that's really what my goal is here. Yes. The only thing I probably need then is for you to exist. Right? So yeah, if I wanted cubes. Cool. And then if we came over here, we can speed up whoever's gummed up in some way. Oh yeah, you. That's right. We did get a bunch of this. So you're going to be that, and that, and that, and that, and that. We're definitely going to have to do word processing better than we're doing it. Right? Like, that just, I think, not even a question. We need to do that better. That was kind of like a quick and dirty let's have fun thing, but, like, I don't think I'm liking it. I know there's issues with it. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So can I, therefore, take you and do that? And then remove this, and then set you to input and output on the top. And that should be cool now, and you guys should be dumping all your energies and behaving a lot better than you were before. Yes, you're doing something. What are you trying to make so much of? But I think having more energy in the near future would probably be good. I think I can make another 8x magmatic, right? Yup. Not a problem. So we're halfway to a 64x, for the record. You know, just saying. Right? So you should be happily sending 12,000 FE per tick out there now. Which to me is strange. Like, why are we struggling so much with that? That should be a lot of power. Now, in fairness, I could probably slow down some of these dudes to save on power a little bit. You can probably chill for a minute. I don't think I need that much glass. Oh my goodness, I have everybody upgraded here, don't I? I can slow down our production for a minute just to Well, in fairness, you never run, so you probably shouldn't be costing any actual power, right? You guys can stay upgraded because you're just not really running. Good. Now everybody's happy. Good, good, good. Right? And then if we want... So that's enough to, like, hold me over for now. I think that's good. Yeah. Alright, I quickly made a bunch of speed and energy upgrades. So now... Wait, is this the enriching? Yes, that's what I want. So 8 out of 8 and 8 out of 8. So in this pack, we don't have that, like, 32x. It's probably going to be a little bit of a bummer for when we get around to nuclear, which I assume we're going to do at some point. Because I did really enjoy having the ability to 32x my machines in FTB Evolution, because it made doing some nuclear stuff a lot cooler, right? Now my only thing is, how do I want to do this bit? Probably an interface. Right? And then you will do a crafting card. And then you will do infused. Enriched. You, and you. A stack of each, please. Because we don't care about resources, because we have plenty. Right? And you should be running fast now, because I just did, you know, big old upgrades. Nice. And yeah, you're probably going to choke on power a little bit, but, like, you know, hopefully we have enough buffer that we'll be fine. Because the whole point of this was, you know, being able to handle things a little better. Sweet. Okay. Now, why can't you make enriched obsidian? Is it just because you're busy or something? You know what? I bet I didn't teach it the obsidian recipe. Powdered obsidian. Do I still have that in my inventory? I thought I had a pattern for that. Didn't I make a pattern for... yeah. Obsidian dust. You know what? Maybe it used the wrong obsidian dust. I bet that's what it is. Now we should be cool. Yep, we're cooking. Alright, so then all we need to do now is, let's do modern dynamics, right? Why not? So we should be able to extractor you, and then pipes you, and I would like a filter on you guys. Right? So then... Right? And then your sidedness can be not chemicals items. Input extra on top, right? Input extra. Nope. Right? And then you will be enriched. Doing a little different than normal, trying to mix it up. And you'll be enriched, and you'll be enriched, and you'll be enriched. And then you can be here and here. Cool. And then you can get acceleration and capacity cards. I think that's all you get is 3 anyway. Oh, I made you blacklist, didn't I? My mistake. Good thing the dump button exists. That'll be better. I was like, why does it keep sending coal? I should be full of coal by now. Yeah, I should have been. Cool. So that gets all that going. That's cool, right? Like, that's nifty. I'm gonna put you here, because you match that dude. I think that looks good, right? Oh, you guys tell me. I think it's cool. The only thing I really need to solve now is that whole mess that I made. Which was, like, you know, not ideal. Alright, good. So now we're going to be ready to handle all our uberness that we need to handle. Right? So now if I wanted a better cube, we're low on gold. Well, that makes sense. You guys are probably still smelting copper. Boy, do we still have a lot of copper to process. Woo, that's a lot of copper. Let me stop processing for a minute. How are you doing? Wow. Nice. Think we're good on copper for a bit. 2,000 blocks? Probably. Probably cool for at least a few minutes. Now, are you guys done? Nope, you're still doing iron. But iron, we're actually, like, pretty done with. So in a minute, we'll start processing gold. But we have lots of iron to do. But that's okay. We'll deal with that, you know, pretty soon. So next up, you should be doing gold, right? Or not? I bet you processed all your gold. So actually, yeah, let's do gold dust. Once I, like, clear out the backlog here, we should be fine, right? The problem is just going to be the backlog. But we'll get there. And we should probably throw osmium in the to-do list. So let's get osmium. Since these guys are done with their backlog, we can do osmium ore. Right? And then you can be copy, paste, paste, and now you guys are all processing osmium. In theory. Yep, there you go. Cool. So we're just going to have to figure out something better. I might do Mekanism, since I have that up and running now. Is that cool? And then we can shift the emerald furnace thing, right? Then we don't have to use hammers no more. So now that we've got Mekanism up and running, we can, like, forego the whole hammers thing. We could do, like, a very simple, maybe like the ore tripling, because that's really simple. It's just water. We could probably do that. All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. Come back next time. Might fix this, but I'm going to let it finish doing what it's doing. So, in fact, let me get copper dust. I'm going to do copper dust last. I'm going to do iron dust, so we clear that out. But I want to get osmium going soon, so that I can get my upgrades. So then when we come back next episode, where is all this lava going? That's what I would love to know. Like, what are you doing? Like, I know we've used a little bit of obsidian, but, like, I feel like you're full, right? So, like, where is all this dude going? Like, he's not void upgraded, is he? Is he? Why did I put a void upgrade in you? I guess that explains where all that's going. But how did you get a void upgrade? I wouldn't have put a void upgrade in you. The whole point of you is you're supposed to back stuff. How did you get void upgraded? I don't know. Well, that explains a lot. A little bit. Explains a little bit. Maybe a lot. We'll see. For now, wrapping up point. Devil20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time and, you know, be less derpy. No, definitely not. For now, take it easy.